Greetings, my dear viewers. It is I, Drayhon, and welcome back to another Dungeons & Dragons character conversion. Today we are taking a look at the Metroid series, particularly Samus Aran, the main protagonist of the series. The only protagonist. That's kind of the point. Anyway, Samus Aran is... well, don't really know how to explain Samus Aran. I've never really played the Metroid games. She's basically a soldier, technically, but in space. Wow, this is difficult. Anyway, Samus Aran seems like a pretty cool character. The series looks pretty good. And, most importantly, it's another character that was introduced into Super Smash Bros. So, of course, I had to go ahead and try to create Samus Aran. And, after reading up about her, I think I have a good idea of what she technically is. This will be, I guess, 95% accurate. I'm probably off on one or two details. Let's go ahead and get into the build. As always, we'll be using the point-buy system for our stats. Strength is going to be a 10. Dexterity is going to be a 15 in our main stat for combat. Yes, strength is necessary for some of the things that Samus does. However, most of her skills are in her weapons, which is mostly ranged weaponry, firearms, cannons, that type of equipment. So dexterity is going to be our top priority. Constitution being second, because we do not want to die quickly. Intelligence is going to be an 11, that will be fixed shortly. Wisdom is going to be a 10, and Charisma will be a 12. Alright, now for our race. We are going to go with the Semic Hybrid. Technically speaking, it is Chozo, because according to the lore of Samus, Samus was given some Chozo DNA when she was taken in by that race, which are basically bird people. And kind of the enforcers? I don't exactly remember what they did exactly. Anyway, this will increase our constitution by 2, and we're going to have dexterity increase by 1. Next, we are going to have a speed of 30. We have dark vision, we know common and elvish, and we have animal enhancements, which is we're just going to pick the Manta Glide and Nimble Climber. It seems to fit with Samus's character. So now we have a dexterity of 16 as well as a constitution of 16, which will be very helpful later. Now, for background, there were so many different possibilities to choose from for Samus's background. We could have chose Haunted One because a space dragon known as Ridley killed her entire family. Technically wiped out the entire civilization that she lived in, except for her. And she is known to have PTSD from these events. She could be an urban bounty hunter, because she is technically a bounty hunter throughout the series. She could be a soldier because of the group she worked for when she grew up later. And for those same reasons, a marine, but because of the airships, or spaceships, technically a ship, which would be a water-based vehicle, which makes sense in a Dungeons and Dragons setting. So, taking all this into consideration, I decided to go with Marine for the background. You can do what you like for your Samus character. However, the Marine is the best fit for an adventuring playstyle, in my honest opinion. So with Marine, we have Athletics and Survival as our skills, and we have proficiency with both land and sea vehicles. We also have the feature known as Hardship Endured. Now, they don't give a very good list of hardships you can use. One fits a little bit, but not entirely. You also have the feature known as Steady. Now for some suggested characteristics. Of course, I went with the Marine background for each of these characteristics. And the Bond, really more like a personality trait, but it seemed to fit with Samus's character, from what I've read. Now to start off with the classes, we are going to grab Fighter for our first level. This will give us a 1d10 for our hit die, and we'll get 10 plus our Constitution modifier for our hit points. So a steady 13, not bad. At higher levels, we'll get a 1d10 plus Constitution modifier per fighter level added on to our hit points. Fighting style, go with close quarters shooter. Yes, this is an unearthed arcana, but it is still a very fitting fighting style to go with. You also get the second wind feature. Level 2, we're going to have action surge. Tongue twister. Level 3, we're going to grab a martial archetype. We'll grab the gunslinger for obvious reasons. We get proficiency with firearms. We have the gunsmith, so we can basically build our own guns, which kind of makes sense. Kind of not. Again, hard to explain when I really do not know the character. We also get the Adept Marksman, which we get some trick shots. I want to go with the Deadeye shot and the Violent shot. The Deadeye shot, mainly because of what we're going to be doing later in this build. Deadeye shot will give us advantage with our attack roll, with our ranged weaponry, of course. And the save DC for your trick shots is Dexterity. Level 4 Fighter, we're going to grab 2 points in our Intelligence. We're not going to grab a feat yet because we need this Intelligence increase. And you'll see why with our next level, 1 level in Artificer. We get a 1d8 hit die, and for extra hit points, we get 1d8 plus our Constitution modifier per Artificer level. Proficiencies, we get Thieves' Tools and Tinker's Tools. We also have the Magical Tinkering and Spell Casting. Because again, like I said in all my other videos for Artificers, their spells aren't actually spells, just spell-like effects. Your save DC and your attack modifier are going to be Intelligence. You also have the tools required and ritual casting. At level 5 Fighter, we get the extra attack. Level 2 Artificer, we'll grab the Infuse item. Level 3 Artificer gets the right tool for the job, and a Specialist. Go for Armorer. You get proficiencies with Heavy Armor and Smith's Tools. You get 2 spells for your Armorer, Magic Missile, and Shield. You also have Power Armor and Armor Model Infiltrator. At level 4 Artificer, you get an increase in stats once more. Go ahead and grab Intelligence, so make it a 15. At level 6 Fighter, you can either go with Ability Score Improvement, or you can grab the feat Sharpshooter. This is why I wanted the Deadeye shot. I'm not going to explain what it does, because I've done so in the past, but the main part is the -5 to your ranged attack rolls, and if you hit, you get a +10 to your damage, which is pretty good. Level 7 Fighter gets the Quick Draw. Level 8 Fighter gets another ability score improvement. We really don't need any other feats, so just go ahead and increase your ability score. Level 9 Fighter gets Indomitable. And level 10 Fighter is Rapid Repair. Level 11 Fighter gets extra attack time for the second time, and this will increase your extra attacks to 3 attacks for an action, which is pretty good. Level 12 Fighter, we're going to get another ability score improvement. Level 13 Fighter gets Indomitable for 2 uses now. Level 14 Fighter, another ability score improvement. Level 15 Fighter, Lightning Reload. The gunsmith's pretty useful. And finally, level 16, an ability score improvement if you have not taken any feats. If you want to grab a feat, this is the only other feat that you will need. Fighting Initiate, which is an Unearthed Arcana feat. Choose Archery as your fighting style for the Fighting Initiate. This will give you a +2 to your ranged attack rolls and ranged attack damage rolls. Alright, now on to our spells. At first level Artificer, we get Firebolt and Spare the Dying for our cantrips, and a Long Strider for our first level spell. This is to go with the power-up you get in one of the games. What was it? Some sort of dash ability. Same thing with the spell Jump. This is for that other power-up you get. It's one of the first things you get in the games, from what I am aware of. Now for equipment. For your starting equipment, you'll get some fairly good items. Now, instead of going with a martial weapon and a shield, because we don't really see Samus with any form of melee weaponry, just go ahead and grab something for your dexterity since it's your highest stat. A rapier and a whip hold you just fine. A whip because it has the reach feature. You also get chainmail, a light crossbow, 20 bolts, and an explorer's pack. Thanks to our marine background, we get a dagger that belonged to a fallen comrade, a folded rag emblazoned with a symbol of your ship or company. You get a set of traveler's clothes, a belt pouch, and 10 gold. For some recommendations, get any firearm that your dungeon master has available. Just grab them all. Doesn't matter what it is. Just grab it and its corresponding ammunition. And with that is all the time I've got for today. Until next time, this has been Drehan, and I am offline.